So here, what I did is, so I figured that for creating, for calling for creating a session or joining a session, you need to create a, you need to make a transaction and the user need to sign it and all. So for that, there was two ways. The first is creating an account. The account need a signer, and the signer here object. The object needs a private key, and we would also need the account address. And so I just used my private key and a wallet is address and its private key, and I made sure that it's published. So the account there is a contract, because otherwise there was an error with the contract not found. And yeah, for that, so then you would be able to create the account. After that you get to execute a transaction. And so then, since the account itself has the signer object, it can itself sign the transaction, and so create a session or join one. And the other way is to invoke a transaction on the provider, then provide a signature for the transaction, and also, yes, and the call data and everything. And so I figured that, and yeah, then after you execute it, you get invoke transaction response result that I'm not sure how to use it yet. And so back to the invoke transaction, there was here in the SDK an example for that. I was just trying to figure out how to use the add invoke, and this is how I got here. I found I found it used here in the account object, here in the execute. And so this is how I figured that I can just create an account instead of add invoke transaction and provide the signature and this data, because it was kind of redundant for me. And yeah, that was more straightforward. And so I actually suggest that we have the account object to be a state, an app state. So you have it across the app, you have its data. I think it's here. Yeah. So like here, like all these data, you have an access to the token anywhere from the app. So the same should go to the account object, I think, because then I would have it here. I would use it here to sign the transaction, and I think I can use it whenever I need to sign a transaction, and so that I think should happen. Not only here, I guess. So yeah, that's what I reached to so far. Account, signer, and for them I need a wallet with its private key, and for that I can only then execute the transaction. Or I could have, one second, I could have used the provider, and then add invoke transaction, then create the request. And for the request, again, I would need a signature. For that, I would need the signer, private key, and address, contract address, and I would need the call data and yeah, the function name. That's all, I guess. Thank you for your time.